Hello, I saw this come up in one of my social media feeds and did a little bit of research and wanted to know exactly what was what on this. I always thought that the government would be the one to come after my guns, not the banks. After all, who protects the banks? Somebody with a gun. Bank think. Call for bank crackdown on gun sales is deeply misguided. This article, and you can read it. I'm going to have all of the links to the articles that I'm citing on the description of my video. But this article goes on to say how that banks are not coming after our guns and that they're not trying to circumvent the political processes because they want to stop the sale of guns. Right here, it just says, let's be clear, this column is not about gun control. Even though they are appalled at the recent shootings in Florida, well, of course they are. Anyone with any morals, emotions, feelings at all is appalled at someone taking a gun, a knife, anything that they can use to bludgeon someone with. People should and are appalled at the taking of another life. If you're not, there's something wrong with you. I just find that this is awful interesting because after this came out, Citi becomes the first big bank to press clients to restrict gun sales. Wow, okay. No, they're not going to try to do anything, right? So what they say is it will no longer do business with clients who decline to go along with the policy. Well, what's the policy? Well, according to this, their policy is not on an ideological mission to rid the world of firearms, said Ed Schuyler, but they want retail clients to only sell guns if the customer has passed a background check, to restrict sales to people under 21, and to refuse to sell bump stocks or high-capacity magazines. Bump stocks, according to them, enable a semi-automatic rifle to fire faster. Well, first of all, people are going to find a way to do that regardless. I mean, bump stocks, from what I've been told by people who use them, really are just not worth the money that they paid for them. Some people, of course, will like them, but more often than not, people don't like them. Um, okay, let's look at the rest of it. A background check. Well, yes, background checks are done anyway. It is illegal to sell a gun to someone who has a federal arrest record or federal has been in jail or prison. They can't own a firearm. If they're on parole, they cannot own a firearm. So yes, background checks are already being done. But so what? The criminals down the street, the gang members, the drug dealers, they have guns. Okay? I mean, okay. How is that going to stop them from getting it? How is it going to stop the person who is got it in their mind that they are going to do something very bad from getting a gun and doing it anyway? They don't have to go to a store and buy one. Criminals are selling them all the time. Okay, restrict sales to people under 21. Okay, what gun are they wanting to restrict the sales? Is it all firearms? Currently, if you're 16 or 17, you can own a rifle. Okay, but are you going to say that they can't own a rifle now? They can't go hunting? What exactly are you banning? What are you trying to stop the sale of? And let's be clear, I am all for people being responsible, but I do not agree with somebody else telling me when I can and cannot purchase a firearm when it is my constitutional right. Bank of America to stop lending to makers of military-style firearms. Now, they have gone a step further, Bank of America. They're not just saying we have these policies and if you don't do what we want, we're just not going to do business with you. They're saying if you are a company and you make this firearm, in this case it is the AR-15 semi-automatic rifle, if you make that, we're no longer doing business with you. First of all, I'm not sure exactly how legal that is, but obviously it must be legal through some loophole or some law that, as a lawyer, that a lawyer would be aware of that as a layman I am not. Okay. AR-15 style automatic rifles, if you make that, they're not going to do business with you. What is the difference between them saying that and the Christian owned businesses that are being forced to go against their beliefs to do business with people that they don't want to do, whether it's Muslims or lesbian weddings or gay weddings, what have you? The government is telling them that they have to do business. The banks are basically telling these manufacturers, we're not doing business with you. So why can't Christian owned businesses do the same? On the flip side, the very same policies that allow the gay, lesbian, and Muslim communities to force the Christian businesses to do business with them, could not the makers of these firearms use the very same logic to force Bank America to do business with them? Kind of makes you think. You may agree with my video and you may not, but I do appreciate you watching my videos, and I do hope you all have a blessed day and God bless.